Hello paddlers, welcome back to my channel. This is just for people that own Pakayaks. Right, but at the same time there's a bit of information for all kayak users, sort of. We all know, right, whether it be the river or the sea, right, you should always wash your boats, whether it's an inflatable or a hard shell, because of contaminants in the water. In the sea you've got salt water, which ain't good for anything, let's be honest. Right, so you should always give your boat some sort of wash down or whatever. However, with a Pakayak, there's always the chance, right, if you took your boat to pieces when you're on land, right, near the beach or whatever, you can get sand in the gaskets. The wind's blowing, you've took your boat to bit, you know what I mean, you could put your boat down, forgot to put a sheet on, you put part of your boat down and you've got sand in. So I just thought I'd make a quick video showing you how to clean the gaskets. So that's what this is. So let's switch cameras around and do a quick jump shot. Right, here you go then. Well, I was out yesterday, so I need to wash my boat anyway because I packed it away quick because it was getting late. Dried it down, but I didn't give it a proper clean or out like that. In fact, the inside down there I can actually see it's still a bit wet, right, from where the sea got in, because I'd got out my boat, which you'll see in the video when I post it. I haven't even edited it yet. I'd got out my boat and a bloody rogue wave came in behind me and went over the top of my bloody kayak. Well, I was outside the boat, but it hit me, nearly knocked me over, but flooded my bloody boat. And yeah, but no, took my boat apart and there's a bit of sand in there, and I thought I'll take the opportunity to make a video and show you. There's even a bit on the other part. I'm just looking that way at the other bit down here on the gasket there. I was in a bit of a rush, but I thought I'd show you how to do it in case you own one of these and you didn't know, right, and think they're all glued in. But if you just take any type of tool without a sharp edge, right, I keep this because it's perfect for squashing the gasket back in again, this spanner. And basically just gently ease out the gasket, right, and it just pulls out like that. Don't stretch it out. And what I do is just dry it. Right, I'll just do that off shot because I'm literally leaning over the camera. So I'm just drying the gasket real quick. Right, that's that done. That only took a second. Right, then I just give it a little wipe round. You're never going to get your fingers in that groove, but I just give it a quick wipe round. Now what I use is these little foam paint brushes. Right, these small ones are perfect and they're cheap. Right, I buy a box of I buy them. Well, this is the second box since I got the boat, and you get 100 for about £6. You get me? So you're spending, say, £6 a year. Okay, and a little tub of water. Now, I know I'm talking and this sounds like, oh, that's a bit messing about, but I can do, right, all 4 gaskets in 5, maybe 10 minutes. And I literally just, if there's any sand, if there's any thick sand, right, which there shouldn't be, but if any thick sand's got in, you can literally just blow it out. Do it outside and just blow it out. But yeah, I use a wet sponge just to go around. Right, and then I use a second sponge, right, just to dry it. Now these sponges, you don't have to throw them away. You can actually just wash them underneath the tap. Let me just put this down again. I'm going to drop all this. Yeah, you can just run these under your tap at home and reuse them. In fact, I do. I use them a couple of times or whatever. But you see, I also use them for other things. I find myself grabbing them if I'm putting something on the boat, and I use this just to rub the silicone in, or you know, you get the idea. You get the idea. And then I get another cloth, or get the same cloth, and I get the spanner again, and I use the rounded end, Alright, you already know where this is going, and just go around, just make sure it's dry. And yeah, just give it a bit more, just fold the cloth up. Just want to make sure it's dry, that's all, before I put the gasket back on. Yeah, that's good, and that's that one done. Now, putting the gaskets on, there is a way to do it. You don't want to stretch your gasket. You know it fits, it come off. Start at, this is like, that's your keel, that goes in the water. This is your top area. Start here, alright? Basically line up with your keel as close as you can, and just gently, I mean, I'm not stretching anything here, I'm just wrapping it round gently. Alright, but as you can see, it's just not lined up perfectly, so I'm just going to move it around a bit. You see, this doesn't have to be touching like that. Alright, there can be a tiniest, I said, gap. Ideally it wants to be touching, but you get the gist. And then just start squashing it in, running it round, and there. And as you can see, it's actually touching. And then I get my spanner again, the rounded socket side, and just push it in. Now you want to push it all the way down. Even when you put the boat together, you see, it will push down to its correct position. But if you don't get it pushed all the way down first of all, when you're trying to lock the boat in, you've got all that force trying to stop you. You get me? So you want to get this pushed all the way in. Just make sure. Remember, use somewhat smooth, no sharp edges. Alright, I won't tell you why. Bloody common sense why. Oh, covering up. Yeah, and done. So that's that one done. And now I've got 3 more to do. One little one, which is over here, my little one, and the two center pieces, which are the big ones. Exactly the same way. It's really easy, really quick, and it's definitely not difficult. Hang on, that's better. Yeah, it's quick, it's simple. I mean, that took what, you'll know, a few minutes, right? Maybe 3-4 minutes. I can do it quicker when I'm not talking and going round the back of a camera. Doesn't take long, right? But you don't want sand out like that in your gaskets. You get me? I mean, I always put a sheet down when I'm setting the boat up, or taking it, even on dry grass, alright? For the simple reason, there could be a bit of gravel or anything, alright? When you buy the boat, it comes with that huge towel, and when I say huge towel, it's about, I don't know, 7 foot big, 5 foot, something crazy like that. And it is for drying your boat down afterwards, but that towel is to put on the ground, put on the sand or whatever, to stack your boat on while you're doing it, so no sand or gravel gets in your boat, in the gaskets, and that's what it's for. So some people will say that's a lot of messing about, but I can do the entire boat in 10 minutes. It takes me 10 minutes to do every single gasket. That's it, done. Alright, and it's just a case of, if I've been to the river, I don't do this because there's no sand out and I always got something down. If I've been to the sea, right, then I do it each time, right, just in case a bit of sand got in, right, or I'll at least inspect the gasket each time. You get me? Just have a look, is there any gravel, is there any sand in there? You get me? Just to keep on top. Because if you didn't do this and you ignored it completely, you went down to the beach every day or whatever, and you ignored it, sand could build up, which would stop the gasket from working. and then you go out into the sea, your boat sinks, and it's your own bloody fault. Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to do the entire boat. It's quick, it's simple, and it stops you from sinking. Plus, it stops you from destroying your gasket. I mean, they're easy to replace, but you have to get the exact size and the But yeah, something worth doing. And now, even if you don't own a Pakayak, right, wash your boats. Wash and clean your boats. I've mentioned this in other videos before. Even on the river, you've got contaminants and stuff, right? If you've got an inflatable, wash them. It doesn't matter what type of boat you've got. Give them a wash down. Now, if you... Doorbell. Right, I don't know what I was up to. I'm not going to watch the video back, but the bottom line is wash your boats. I know I was talking about washing your boat. Wash your boats because of the contaminants, and especially if you've been in the sea. Salt water is no good for anything. Alright, it'll just corrode stuff and over time make a mess of stuff. Anyhow, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you found that useful if you own a Pakayak. Wash your gaskets, right? Make sure of it. Very, very important. In fact, it's a necessity. Okay then, right, I'm going to leave it there and simply say cheers.